My name is Chris Claremont. You're watching Omni X-Men.
Hi, I'm Bob McLeod, and you're watching Omni X-Men.
What is up, gang? Justin here, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, it is another edition of Omni X-Men. Of course, breaking out some more conversations from this book right here, the Omni X-Men Bible, Volume 5, technically Season 6. It is the finale of Omni X-Men. Pretty crazy. And I don't even know if I'm using that term right, because we technically have another show, but this is like the finale of series that or books that we're breaking down, that we're going detail page by page. Next week we are going to be giving a bunch of stuff away and partying, and it's just gonna be a wild time. So it is the finale. That's what we're calling it. Finale of season 6, Omni X-Men, and the time flies. Can't believe it's June. Hope everybody's doing well. But let me bring on my co-host here, my good friend John from John's Comics with Kids. John,
getting my blue tape out and just putting some blue tape onto a book here. Oh, look, you got yours ready. Look, the giveaway prize for Omni X-Men is now wonderfully ready to be sent to some lucky fan.
That is beautiful.
Original artwork, Fraim Brothers.
Fraim Brothers. Yep.
So yeah, sorry, I had not done that all season.
No, it's important.
I just forgot, and then something about tonight reminded me.
Yes,
I had to get that done.
It's probably good that you did it right now.
Hang that right there on the Grogu.
Good thinking, John. This is why I keep you around, John. As a co-host for thinking like that. How you doing, man? Are you ready for this finale?
I'm not. It's been I've been having quite the emotional week, so I don't know if I'm ready for this finale. Saying goodbye to Longshot and Mojo, like I don't know if I can handle the deep feels, but I am excited to stay up late next week, giving away all of our collections, just giving away everything and anything not nailed down to those fun, hilarious folks in the chat. So I'm hopeful that people are just as excited as we are about that.
That is a lot of things. That is definitely a lot of things. I need to step up my gaming, think of some other things that I'm going to do. And I
noticed I have a long shot Funko Pop. I might put together a little gift box that throws in long shot as a prize too. So I've got at least 3 prizes. I know we got 2 guests in the past that are throwing some things in. I know we got the big prize here with the giveaway art. So we will be holding down the fort.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And shout out to everybody who's contributed, and everybody that's just been part of the season. Just want to take a moment to give a shout out to everybody. We appreciate time in, time out, just being on the show, and
all of these amazing trivia question answerers.
Yeah, look at those. Woo. Look at that analog.
I gotta start typing it all up so I can copy and paste it.
I was gonna say, we got some prep work to do this weekend. Hey, we have one final issue of the evening, or of the season, I should say, and we're going to be breaking down X-Men Annual 10, as I've had on the screen here. But of course, it is not
when we have our final episode left. We have somebody that traditionally is
one
here
guy
for that.
One guy for the job. One guy for the job. And gonna bring him in here. Our good friend Michael, aka Soap Collector. So
you guys are the best and the worst all at the same time. That is no way to treat a reigning champion. A reigning champion of Omni X-Men.
This is true.
I know it's way back there, but I bring it up closer if need be.
We see it.
Blue tape. Blue tape. Get out of here. I've been waiting since what? September. I've been waiting. I put my name in.
Been patient.
Yeah.
And then
I've
this
been
is
sending you updates constantly.
And this is my welcome. This is my welcome. Blue tape.
Yes. Yep.
Now I did not buy an X-Men Annual 10 to crack open, but I do have books we can crack open, like just for no reason.
I got a brand new X-Men Annual recently, but I don't know that I want to crack the slab open.
It's going to be really hard
away from season 4, from the 14th.
It's going to be very difficult to read in that condition.
It is. I know. Thankfully, I have a raw one in my collection.
Oh, you could sell that, and
Right.
then you open your nice, clean, fresh copy. Take it for a test drive.
I've got with it in there too. I could probably read it 6-7 different ways. I gotta say, Michael, you are easily one of the most entertaining guys to have on this show, and the fact that you're willing to come back and close out season after season of shenanigans with us, it's always it is the cherry on top each time, man.
Thank you. I look so forward to this. I really do. I anticipate and I watch every week, and like I know I'm never in the chat anymore. I mean, I did what I needed to do, but I got to go to bed. And this is my one night of the year. I stay up late, hanging out like Christmas. Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Mike, we do. I really appreciate it. I see you always drop comments on the channel on every episode. I know you watch them all, and we appreciate you continuing to tune in, even you don't get to catch us live. Still very much appreciate. So, hey, if you guys don't follow Michael, I put his links in the description below. Make sure you do so. Hit him up over on Instagram. I have the pleasure of hanging out with Michael at least once, maybe a couple times a year at some local Comic Cons, including Terrificon. So, if you're ever out that way, maybe you catch him out there as well. But of course, as a reminder, next week will be the last week. It'll be the giveaway show over on John's channel. Links in the description for John as well. Make sure you're following him and his bright, sunny.
Yeah, I was going to say, and the J.J. Abrams sponsored cinematography.
I was so proud. I got my own. This time. I want to be just like John.
You're on brand. On brand.
Artificial, but nonetheless.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Hey, as a reminder too, of course, we're going to do trivia at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. For those who don't know, we're going to ask 4 questions based on last episode, which happens to be like 14 issues that we broke down with Ryan Magic Lasso last week. So, be ready for that. And I will say it was tricky to kind of come up with questions. I was trying to come up with fair questions that, that we touched on.
It was a lot to cover. Yeah.
Yeah, because we covered so much. So, but stick around for that. And then, of course, we will give one more chance next week on John's channel. So even if you don't have any yet and you don't have any tonight, you will have another shot next week. We will ask questions about this episode and this issue for next week. So take some notes, memorize some things, or just get ready to copy and paste. But either way, you can win that really awesome artwork that John was just holding up earlier from the Fraim brothers, our season-long artist. And I put their links in the description, and then a bunch of other giveaways, which we'll get into next week.
And Fraim brothers will be at Terrificon. You know who won't?
Oh, really? Who? You won't? Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah.
This guy.
You know who else is going to be? Chris Claremont's going to be there.
God damn it.
Love that guy.
Love that
guy. Art Adams.
Chris Claremont. Art Adams is going to be there.
Never
you can get your annual 10 signed, but you know who won't?
Yeah. Greg LaRoque is going to be there.
Greg LaRoque.
I love that guy. His kid is super annoying, but I love that guy.
I'm going to be there. Not that anybody's coming for me.
I'm coming for you, Soph.
Thank you, because I'm coming for all you.
Yeah.
But John,
right, well,
one day
we're going to fly
next year. Eventually. That's a weird way of saying 2027. But 2027 it is.
We'll make it happen. All right, let's say a quick hello to the chat. Johnny Boy hanging out early. Another fun season. Yeah. Crazy the time flies. Mike too. That's right. We're not done yet. Ruben Guzman in the chat. Cowabunga, my friend. Good to see you. We got my man Bobby Delaghetto, Station Boggy. True believers, yes, right. We have our good friend Candice Barbosa in the chat. What is going on, Candice? Let's see, scrolling through, people saying hi to people. We got my man Mark hanging out in the chat as well. Good to see you, Mark. Appreciate everybody hanging. Smash that like button, and let's get into this. Let me properly share my screen here. So we'll dive right into annual number 10. John, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts here on this this cover, kind of a homage, so to speak?
There it is. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a giant size homage, and this is the first one that we've had kind of officially here in the run since the original book. So in that way, definitely kind of fun. I love Arthur Adams. Art Adams, very talented. And the problem for me, the best part about this cover is like in blue, hidden in the background. it's like there's Storm and Logan and Nightcrawler and Colossus and Kitty all kind of tucked in the back. And then these weird New Mutants costumes. I don't know what's going on. It's like Kitty Pryde came in and redecorated everybody for this issue. So my only flaw for me is the fact that I look at this book and I'm like, I don't know who these characters are. Some of these characters looking a little wackadoo to me, but I do appreciate a good homage, and the artwork is strong, and love the blue heroes that we care the most about in the background.
Yes, yeah, kind of the forgotten heroes in the back. Good call. Michael, what about you? What were your thoughts on this initial cover?
So, initially, it took me a minute to realize this was a homage cover. I've seen the cover a million times, and it never registered. And then one day I'm like, oh my goodness, I think because, like John was saying, the costumes. Who the heck are these people? I don't recognize any of these people except for Rain. I will say, having read the issue now, I notice Doug is missing, which I'll tell you right now. I know, Justin, I know you got a soft spot for Doug. I'm not going easy on Doug today.
All right, fair.
Get ready, Doug.
Missing from the cover. Also, not the first appearance of Longshot, but claimed it's the first appearance of Longshot right there on the cover.
The newest X-Men. He's apparently joining the team tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like the cover. It is homage or not. If I saw this on the stand, I'd probably, I would pick this up. What is this? That's kind of where I'm at. It doesn't blow me away, but I am, as many are, a huge sucker for Arthur Adams.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you there. And I think, looking closer, I feel like this is a cover I never really got close to. Like I never looked that detailed at. I just, I've seen it. It was an annual, and I just knew I have a long ways to go till I get to it. And here we are now today. But I, because of that, the guy with the cape, I thought that was Captain Britain. Like I thought we were bringing him back from the last. I'm like, okay, that actually kind of makes sense. And then he's tied with Warlock. That really was kind of what I was guessing. I'm like, okay, him and Warlock are like together. And then the other thing that stood out to me was how all the main X-Men characters that are in blue look young. Where I'm like, why does Wolverine look like a baby? Like, what? I don't understand. That's weird. Like, again, out of context, I'm just like, all right, that's different.
Or is it just an artist style? Because sometimes it's hard to tell. Like maybe they just draw them kind of youthful, and maybe that's what that is. But of course,
that's a good point.
The story answers that for us.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good point. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm a big Arthur Adams fan. So I found a copy of this. I plan to get it signed, so that's on my list for this year.
My raw copy is signed. It's in the garage. That one,
nice.
That one is signed. Yeah,
nice.
I bought it that way, so
cool.
I'm yet to meet it.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's dive into the issue then. We get a fun game of tag in the danger room. Always a fun time when the team is either in the danger room or just having a good time playing some sort of game, even though it is also practice, getting better at what they do. But of course, as a reminder, Magneto is the leader. There's no Charles Xavier hanging around, or not leader, I should say, but is head of the school now. And the goal is they're all playing a tag, trying to touch Magneto, and Magneto is doing everything in his power to dodge and duck and dip and dive and dodge everything. Some really cool panels here. I think some really cool action scenes. A few of them trying to work together, and it was just a nice way to see Magneto still being more clever than them and figuring things out and how to trick things or trick the team. And then meanwhile, you have Betsy, who's recently been introduced to the team now that from last couple issues, along with Bobby and Sam up in the top of the danger room, kind of discussing a few things. One in which they're a little distraught on how they're feeling about, they wish they were part of the X-Men team. How come they're just the New Mutants? Like, when do they qualify to be part of the X-Men team? And Betsy's kind of questioning that in her own way. She's just new, and she's like, well, do I fall under these like kids, like what they, their lack of, experience, or like, should I be part of the X-Men team? So it's interesting to see her mindset in all this as well. But John, I'll start with you. Thoughts on the artwork and the fun game of tag?
I mean, obviously, we're at a real impasse for both the New Mutants and the X-Men right now. People's friendships are a little bit frayed. The trust between these two teams, the New Mutants and the X-Men, not really strong right now. And then Magneto, sort of the problem at the center of all of it, in the sense that he is representing a potential new identity for them, and a lot of distrust sort of stemming from that experience of having him around. This is a great way to kind of introduce some of that and have some of the issues being played out in even a game format, right? And it also gives them a chance to demonstrate kind of that they're still working as a team, learning how to adapt and grow as combatants, right? And then Psylocke there, Betsy, definitely unsure how she fits into this whole system, and is kind of living out her best Moira McTaggart life at this point.
It's a good way to put it. Yep. Michael, what about you? What are your thoughts going into just kicking off this issue?
First page, like right off the bat, like if the cover got you, the first page, yep, I bought the right book. Yep. I love the opening with the fastball special and instant fatal attractions, and just like Wolverine. No, it cracks me up. And going through this, the banter between all of them was great. Art, fantastic. But I noticed like the lack of Rogue until the third page there. And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like Rogue wouldn't have a problem with Magneto at all. Yeah. Like I feel like she's the one outlier that could easily just stop him. I'm pretty sure Magneto hasn't gotten to the point where he's adjusting the iron in people's blood,
Not yet, no.
Yeah. So I feel like Rogue, like she could really take care of him. But I really did enjoy seeing this different dynamic of Magneto in the Danger Room, training them. Just classic Claremont fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I love that. I didn't really point it out here before, but in the center of the slideshow, the storm diving above and below these. I don't know if they're like made of wood,
like metal rods or pistons.
Metal rods. Yeah. I just like how it's shown her shadow kind of showing the direction she goes. I know that's a popular kind of style with action artwork, but yeah, just the overall poses and everything that she does going through that was really cool. But I agree. I think it's a cool way to just show off the Magneto skills again. We kind of haven't seen him, in full force. And so, and he's just toying around at this point, but it is a nice reminder, especially if you're newer to reading X-Men, just to kind of get a feel for, who he is or who he was, at least at that time. I know everybody knows him now, but all right, well, let's keep it going, because as we find out, the entire thing is being seen on a big screen from our good friend Mojo, creepy Mojo, who I said this before and I'll say it again. I love Mojo. I love the dark, crazy, like Joker like mindset that he has, and he's psycho, but he's just doing it for ratings. Like, it's all about the ratings, John. It's all about the ratings. And he is putting on the show for his minions that have been watching on this big screen. And as we're reminded, and for those who maybe didn't read the last New Mutants annual that we just broke down 2 weeks ago, he has cameras in the eyes of Betsy Braddock. Because she was blind, and now she has eyes because of him. And she thinks, they're just things that were given to her. Doesn't even consider the fact that it really is this tricky, play that Mojo's playing to get information. So, certainly a dangerous aspect of what he's capable of, and just all the information I imagine he can continue to gain on the X-Men. But he's really just concerned about the world that he's built, the wild ways, and all his fandom and the rates and all that other stuff for his his ratings for his shows. And again, just you get a little vibe of just how wacky and wild he is. You also do get a reminder here of Spiral, who we've seen time and time again, who I think is very, very dangerous. I don't understand why she keeps just coming back and working for this guy, but she does. And
maybe she
even
loves him as much as you.
And yes, yeah, and maybe and so she keeps like kind of plotting. You see her own thought bubbles all the time, and just kind of talking about like just waiting for the right moment to strike, and how one day this will be kind of hers, and all this agenda stuff on her side of things. But at the end of the day, she cooperates and she listens to him and kind of plays the role that he's expecting her to play. And then you have the other guy. What's his name? Domo, I think. Major Domo, who we've seen, at least seen him a little bit. But it basically Mojo gets the idea. Hey, I'm gonna spice things up a bit, and I'm gonna drop our guy Longshot into this group. Because it'd be great to kind of, he's scheming. He wants the X-Men to eventually, be part of his crew and become one of, I guess, whatever you call them, demon robots, whatever, under Mojo. So this is his way to kind of stir the pot and get that going. So he throws Longshot in. These far panels you see are just this big blink. He drops into the danger room. Everybody gets splattered with ectoplasm of some sort. Which just cracks me up. And then and the rest of the team is not sure what happens, but the finger is snapped basically, and all is cleaned up and disappeared. And people are kind of questioning something doesn't feel quite right or what's happening. But everybody, at least in the danger room. But Michael, I'll throw it to you here. I don't know what your experience is with Mojo, but what are your thoughts on some of these pages?
So previously, my only experience would have been from the original X-Men cartoon. So very limited. And following Omni X-Men, I'm learning same as you. Really interesting character. Arthur Adams shines on this character. Like really sells it. You missed a golden opportunity here for I mean, they're covered in Mojo goo.
I was going to put I don't know if you guys watched South Park, Randy and his ectoplasm episode, but I was going to include that for anyone who knows. I'm not going to get any further, but anyways, go on, Michael.
I got to that and I went I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the questions on the finale episode in some way, shape, or form. So please focus.
That's right.
We don't expect any maturity on this.
That'll be a 3 wrong answers only question.
I wasn't going to say it out loud, but I had to type it in the chat.
No, I really did enjoy this part of the book. Like I enjoyed it's going to take a turn where I was left very confused, but where we're headed right now, very just anticipating the book, Mojo being a creep and showing up, like seeing Mojo verse or Mojo World. Which one is it?
I don't know. Well, he calls it Wild Ways is the actual.
That Wild Ways is the TV show, but yeah. I think later on it becomes Mojo World, right?
I think so. And I don't want to confuse it with Murder World, because I know that's arcade. But in any event, I love the buildup. You can kind of anticipate where it's going. And then there was also some fun little the callbacks to like how incredibly handsome Longshot is.
Yes.
We'll
get there with the kids.
Like nobody's freaking out that this guy just showed up in the danger room. Everybody's just oh my God, look at how hot this guy is. Like he's just so smoking hot. Like, is he hurt? Don't care. He's so hot. I was cracking up about that.
Yep.
Breaking necks.
That's his real superpower.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just, I'm hot. So Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
This is it.
And he doesn't even know his own name.
Moneymaker.
Yeah. It's Hansel from Zoolander, right? He's so hot.
There you go. Yeah. That's perfect. John, what about you? Any thoughts here with finding out? Of course, it's Mojo behind the scheming that's going on here.
I love the art and color work on these first few pages, especially when you get that like pink version of Mojo where the light is like shining up on him down at the bottom there by Michael. So good. Yep. And then the two panels of Mojo that you have in the center where you have like he's like holding his hand to his face, and then the next one is that creepy grin, and he's all in like shadow now. Really great stuff. And then his room, his little like viewing room is like something straight out of Cloud City where they're gonna like put somebody in carbonite or something. I don't know what's going on there. So visually so exciting, so entertaining. And then I don't know about the splooge in the danger room that's going on here. It's wild. Everybody just gets gunked, and then reading those pages, those panels, I was just like, okay, I don't know, is this necessary? Do we really need to go this route? But hey, obviously there's some magic to the goo here. The juice is loose now.
This is not a question I'm going to ask Claremont about. Not a question.
Finally, something.
The other thing, now that we're going back through it, of note, Betsy is not covered in goo. Like she was in the other room.
Right. She was up with the guys. Yeah.
She comes down from the control room.
Yeah.
So there's a small what do you call it? A mistake in the plot here.
Well, she's rubbing it off of Longshot's face. So she's definitely
she's what, John? She's what, John?
Massaging it from Longshot off of his skin. Collecting a sample.
Oh boy. Yep.
Okay, fair.
Take your notes, chat. Take your notes.
Justin's like, I really got to get off this slide.
For next week. Let's keep it going, because this is we should shift gears a little bit here, and what seems to be normal at first really isn't, and they put it as the world turns the next day. And Storm, you get some shots of Storm here as she's waking up from living in the attic. Their plants, saying good morning to them and all that other stuff. And then she hears a big scream. And Storm, by the way, looking a little different, right? Face and all that looking a little different. Something I noticed. And then we get Ileana, who's screaming. She's in Kitty's bedroom. Everybody comes running. They're like, "What's wrong? What's going on?" Kitty is there crying. She looks younger than she already is. And then, of course, Storm comes in, and the rest of the crew comes in, and they start to realize that they all look. Everyone that was in the room, I should clarify, now looks younger, and they're they don't even realize it. Is the funniest part. On this last page here, you can see Magneto, Wolverine, super confident. They're like, no, everything's under control. I don't know why you kids are freaking out right now. We are who we are. Like, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, it is like blatantly clear that even like the sizes and the faces and everything they've shrunk. They've gotten younger looking. And the way that who is it, Doug has up on the screen to kind of show and compare, and to them they're like, we don't feel it. I don't know what you're talking about. So a little crazy there. And then to Michael's point, that bottom right hand corner is literally all the ladies are just, they don't care about anything else except staring at Longshot. And Longshot's like, huh? Like he has no idea. He goes, she goes, what's your name? Storm says, have you a name? And he says, what's a name? Great. And then she says, great, either an amnesiac or a total space case, at least in space case. So some interesting little twists and turns here. But John, what are your thoughts as we start to collect the idea that they're going backwards here, these X-Men?
I would have loved one heart over Magneto's head in the little panel there at the bottom. Just one of Magneto going, yeah, he's a handsome guy. Just throw that out there. One little
I'm going to sketch one in on mine.
Quickly just draw one. That's what I need Art Adams to do when I show him this book. Draw a few hearts in this section.
Great idea.
I mean, you got Wolverine coming in like, I'm always short. What are you guys talking about? What do you, this is normal for me. Like he's probably the only one who didn't notice something screwy. Everybody else is like, what's going on? Is it weird that we needed like the Storm naked sequence to happen now that she's like looking like a kid? Like, this is weird. That's just weirding me out. I don't know what the choice was there. But obviously this is going to be our central conceit in the storytelling to get our mutant babies. So obviously the setup here for the bigger story. And when you're having a group of young student combatants and then the professional team combatants, when they're, literally put down to size so that they're on an equal size platform. I think it's kind of a fun storytelling gimmick in that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael, what about you? Any thoughts here on the reversal of the ages of the X-Men?
First off, I didn't know if we, like, John, you barely covered this page. Like,
I'm trying to be good. I blew it on the Mojiz page, but
I feel like this is your time to shine.
It should be.
Listen, huge Mohawk Storm fan. As of recently, Omni X-Men, I like. There's only one Storm from now on. There's Mohawk Storm, best Storm, Mohawk Storm.
Absolutely.
No, I again, just enjoying where the story's going. I always love that no matter where Storm is, she always has this like opulent bedroom. She's always in her bedroom. She always has this like sprawling, like just huge, the size of my house bedroom. All
the plants and all the books and
she lives in a like a giant garden. It like must be nice.
Right.
Not too much happened. This isn't the part where Wolverine starts making his snarky comments. I thought the same thing. There was an opportunity for some kind of crack at Wolverine. Like, yeah, your stature. No, we're all shrinking except for Wolverine.
Right. Missed opportunity.
Right.
And then, and yes, same thing. Lost it when we got to Long Shot, and all the girls. Come on. Like, I got to imagine in 1986, 1987, when your first introduction to Long Shot, you just assume his superpower is just like women love him. That's it. That's his superpower.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what does he do? Does he fly? Does he shoot sparks? Does he psychic? Nope. Just ladies like him. That's it.
He does covers for Duran Duran. That's what
there it is. Let me turn these pages here because you do get a little bit more hearts, actually way more hearts in that top left-hand corner there. But yeah, the rest of the team is still continuing to be googly-eyed on the obsession that they have with Longshot. Meanwhile, you have some of the New Mutants starting to think. You see Warlock, you see Doug, and they put on their detective hats here and decide that they're going to go check it out. This ectoplasm, as they describe it, in the Danger Room. So the two of them go. I do like the discussion they have here a little bit because Doug wants to merge again. We've gotten kind of a taste of that already with these two, and we know that's a thing, constantly moving forward. To them right now, it's still very new. And Warlock even expresses and says, "Hey, like I'm not sure like what this is going to do to you eventually. Like I don't know if you want to keep doing this. You might not become human altogether at some point." But Doug says, "Nope, I'm good." Like, and we know that Doug already has in his mind this want and this goal to be a hero and to be looked at as a hero, and he feels he not necessarily can be because of the abilities he has or doesn't have compared to the rest of the other team. I think that's one thing I like about him is just he's like always kind of as he grows up, he's like comparing himself to others. He's trying to figure it out for himself, and I think it's very just relatable in a lot of ways of how we grew up. But anyways, he's teamed up with Warlock again to go looking through some stuff, and they do discover kind of what exactly is going on here. And then we quickly, as they're figuring this out, flash directly back to Longshot and the ladies. And then the team says, okay, hold on, let's snap out of this. No more looking at Longshot. We need to go stop, figure this out and stop whoever this villain is. They try to leave. Mirage is standing there, says, no, you guys, we need to sit down here, figure this out before you guys go anywhere. And of course, Magneto actually, as the two, Warlock and Doug, come running around saying, we figured it out. Magneto knocks all of them out and they get in the car and go. So he at this point still has his abilities. We haven't gotten into everything else yet, but they are slowly getting younger and younger just as we flip through some of these pages. So, a lot to kind of start to consider. Michael, anything on these pages that you want to highlight?
We're leading up. Proof, Doug sucks. He needs Warlock.
It's a team thing, all right?
That's all well
Marvel
and good.
team
But
up.
so is Colossus and Wolverine Fastball Special. But like separately, they're amazing. Doug, like Warlock, awesome. Doug needs Warlock.
Hey, we have seen Doug save the world on his own before by deciphering some things. Just saying.
Hey, listen, I've also been to the future, and I know what Doug's going to do in 2026.
Okay.
It was very disappointing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's my superpower, is I get to go to the future.
Fair.
Is this the panel where is it? What is it? Yeah, I love the classics like Wolverine. What do you know, Bimbet? Stand aside or get run over. I'm just like even
the
for
one
Wolverine.
Yeah. The one next to Justin, he says, "They're girls. Elf, dumb bunnies got no taste and less brains."
Yeah,
that's the one.
Something's wrong because Wolverine isn't this aggressive. And like we know they're shrinking, we know they're getting younger. The only thing I did notice that I'm always looking for those all right, what's goofed up? Their costumes are staying. Yeah, I never knew their costumes matched their size. Shouldn't his little costume be baggy?
Kind of.
Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, unless it's super elasticy.
stretchy materials.
I mean, hey, you never know in comics. Quick hello to Matt Impress Comics hanging out in the chat. He says, "Hey friends, just got back from watching Masters of the Universe for the second time. Only $5 on a Tuesday night. That's a steal, my friend. Good deal there." And I also see my man Gore hanging out in the chat. Good to see you, Gore. Sorry, Michael. So you're saying?
No, that was it. That's what I got.
Yeah. No, great. John, I'll throw it to you. Anything there that you want to comment on?
I love the Doug and Warlock relationship. I think it's executed really well here. I like that they're able to find a solution together as a team that I don't think either one of them might have been able to suss out individually. And the faces. Look, there's some really great faces across these pages. That one of Nightcrawler, which like a close up of Nightcrawler, that might be one of my favorite panels of the book. The intensity on his face, the light, the way that his the eyes are just popping. Really, really great panel that I really think.
And he looks young still too. Like they do turn him kind of.
And then young. Danny on the next page, great face for her. And of course the one of Doug mixed with Warlock is fascinating as well. Lots of great detail work.
A part of me thought, John, that you were just going to list 3 times Longshot and how good Longshot looked. I thought it was coming.
Heart bubble.
And then another panel with Longshot. That panel, gorgeous. Michael, were you going to say something else?
No.
Okay. I'll jump into this next bit then. So they jump in a blue car and take off as they're trying to figure out where they're trying to go after. They don't even kind of know what's happening, and they're just jumping in the car and going. And I love these scenes here because we get, as I've seen some people mention in the chat, the X babies. That's certainly what this is. As you see now, this is truly their form. They are kids here. They're babies. I mean, for the ones who are. They already clarified for the ones who are adults, they're now teens. The ones who are teens are like babies, like Kitty Pryde. And they're just getting even younger and younger to the point where, as you see the pile up, because they're trying to decide where they're going to go next or what they're going to do, they get stopped by a police officer. Magneto, still having some abilities, using the pipes to come out of the ground to take them out. And then everybody is arguing on what they want to do next. Meanwhile, Storm still kind of having a little bit of that leadership role. She's like, "You kids can just argue all you want. I'm going to go. You're all selfish babies." And she walks off. And then they're all like, "Wait, no." And if you guys really should take, anybody who has the book, take a close look at some of these close-ups, the doggy pile of all of them fighting and stuff. I love you see the tail wrapped around Nightcrawler, wrapped around his tail on Wolverine, where he can't even talk. It's just a lot of great detail if you really take some time to look at all this stuff. And I love Magneto is just like passed out, like he's just like slumped over when they all stop fighting. So there was some really good stuff there. They finally get to Delacourt, which is where they're trying to break in. This is where they're being drawn to this area with the play. And Magneto tries to open the doors, but he realizes his powers now no longer work. When that happens, the one thing we still do learn is that Wolverine can still use his claws, so that still happens. But before he could even pick the door open, Storm is already on the other side. So I do like that they incorporate some of the skills that we know, Storm is very capable of, and being able to get into the door here. And then meanwhile, they finally go inside. They get this beaming light, these pink flashes and everything, and truly children at this point, their eyes just gleaming, staring above, and they see Mojo as they say, "Please, sir, may we come in and play?" He says, "Of course, little Wind Rider. That's why I am here to play with you." And you get this creepy, scary face, as Michael, you were pointing out in the last few panels of how these close-ups of Mojo so freaking scary. But yeah, I loved just seeing some of the artwork here. But yeah, kind of a little twist and turn of the story of where these guys are going, and the rest of the team knocked out. John, any thoughts with this story so far?
I mean, the artwork continues to be stellar on these pages. I love the use of the onomatopoeia, the word balloons, that one around Storm covering her ears, and you've got all these like explosive words kind of popping around her. Yeah. Magneto is so dang cute as a baby. Look at him trying to do his little powers. He's holding his hands out there. So cute. And there's a fun reference to the concept that they are losing their abilities based on their age, meaning the youngest person would lose their ability first. And Logan, being the oldest one in the group, still retaining some of his power as he is aging in reverse. Magneto, obviously the second oldest, losing his ability kind of gives you a sense of where we are chronologically in that journey for each one of them. So very clever little design there. And then, Storm is a cute baby with the mohawk. Come on. When she's opening the door with that little grin, just teasing them about, I can still get into places. I can still do stuff. Great. I love all of this.
Gore with the classic line quote. That's what I love about these high school girls. I get older, they say the same way. Michael, what are your thoughts here as we see these kids getting into trouble after their little fight?
So the very right when we hit page 14 here, which is the car shows up, and I see you remove some. Oh, am I freezing again?
No, you're good. Again? You're good. Okay. No, you're good. You're good.
This is where I was reminded this is an annual, and I'm like, it started to go off the rails. It gets classic. It starts to get classic Chris Claremont, really wordy. And that's where like I do enjoy, just like you said, like the panel where Longshot's standing there and like all the the commentary amongst everybody, fun, but amongst where were they going and what are they trying to do? I unless I missed something, I couldn't understand. Like, wait, why did they steal the car? Where the hell are they going? Like, what is the plan here? Like, they're just kids who stole a car and they're just running off to go do drugs in the woods. Like, like, it's an annual. I accept it. It's going to be kooky. This is not my first annual. But this is where it started to lose me. And I just, all right, I'm here for the ride. I'm here for the ride. Let's see where this goes.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's fair. And you're right. There's very little that is kind of descripted as they just want to go. Like they're all just like, hey, we need to go get. They're like, we're going to go after the villain, Mirage, and Mirage is like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like, it was really just that little conflict, but they don't even like really explain their thought process. Yeah, you're not wrong.
They're off and run. But I will point out saving grace to this, like any of these little like plot lines that even if I missed it, the art, panel by panel by panel, fantastic.
Yep, agreed. Yeah, no, that's something I'll always continue to lean on and come back to again and again with Art Adams. All right, let's keep it going here. So afterwards, we go kind of a flashback. Meanwhile, Mirage and first Mirage and Lockheed kind of wake up, or it looks like Lockheed is waking her up. And the rest of the crew's passed out. She gets a knock on the door. It's the police that are checking in on the noise that they had from earlier. And then they jump right onto Cerebro. They're like, well, hey, let's try to find them. They got to be somewhere. They're mutants, right? They're easy to find. And we quickly, as John, you were breaking down, they don't have their powers anymore. So they're not coming up on the radar. So they're all very confused as to why Cerebro is not working the way it should. And Doug and Warlock, of course, then come in and kind of explain from recalling what had happened in previous issues about them kind of being reversed into babies. So kind of came a little bit more clear. And they now realize they need to step up. The new mutants need to step up because the X-Men are not in good shape at the time. And so Mirage goes over to this little cat, we what do you call it? Like a chest, opens that up, and they pull out all the new outfits that they have. They've been hanging out with Kitty Pryde way too much. John, you're shaking your head. Yeah, we get some stylish.
Kitty Pryde clearly had
stylish
way too much influence on some of these.
I mean, the biggest thing that bothered me, and for anyone who has this book to really look closely at it, is why did Doug try to go for the Cyclops look? Like, why don't do that to Doug? You know, Doug, that's the least person he needs to grow up to be. Is that man.
Goodness. These feel very like Liefeld light costume.
Yeah,
like he could have easily. It's like diet Liefeld.
Not enough pouches.
Somebody a little lower on that pay scale came up with this costume.
Yeah. So yeah, we get the X-Men. They're the new X-Men now, kind of all new, and they step up. Everyone's there except Magic and Wolfbane, and that one splash page kind of just looked not interested. Wolfbane, especially, her arms just down, just covering her other arm. Anyways, they're all like, okay, let's go, let's bamf out of here, and they use Magic's ability to kind of take off. So that's where we leave with these few pages here. Michael, what were your thoughts here on Cerebro not working, them figuring it out with Warlock and Doug, and then of course getting into the chest to get these new ridiculous outfits?
So this is where I thought it was getting back on track. Okay, so Magic's waking up, like obviously the mutants play a role in this. Like I like the little dialogue between her and the cop, and like, oh no, nobody's home, like,
yep,
just go away. And they go to Cerebro and realize they can't find him because they're no longer on this plane of existence. I'm like, oh, okay, clearly they went to Mojo World. So now everything's making sense. They're going to go to Mojo World. They're going to go find him. And then the new costumes. First off, yes, this is where Rob Liefeld, like this page is pinned up on his wall. All his inspirations start here. But also, I was literally reading this saying to myself, Justin, this is proof that Doug sucks. Like even before days ago when I read this, I'm like, he's Cyclops. We hate Cyclops on Omni X-Men. We hate this guy.
It's just the outfit. Right? He chose the wrong outfit.
It's not just the outfit. It's emulating. Like, the other thing, I did think it was cool. Like, truth be told, the costumes are actually pretty cool, except for Rain. She just got stuck with like Jean Grey's old Marvel Girl costume.
Yeah, very basic.
Yeah. Like everybody's got this cool new costume, Like even Magma. At first, I'm like, oh, not much. And then I'm like, oh no, she's got like flames. Like everybody's got something going on.
Yep.
Except for Rain. Like I feel like she's Meg. She's Meg from that episode where her nails grow.
I like how they all have like some sort of pink mask on, some sort of pink
there's a bunch of pink masks.
And, at least like 75% of them.
Yeah. The other thing, I'm happy to see the recolored version. Let me see if I can hold this up just right.
Yeah.
Down a little. When you look at Mirage, she looks like she's wearing pants.
Does she?
Oh yeah.
In this original print. But then in the recolored version that you've got there, nope, she's clearly just wearing some underwear and boots.
Yeah.
I just assumed that her boots were really long and they fell down and got chunky around her ankles. That they actually go all the way up. And they just slid.
That was the style then. John, anything to add here with these new outfits and new X-Men?
I mean, it's a lot of silliness, and I think like to the point Michael's making earlier, you just gotta kind of go with some of these annuals and just know that that's the slapsticky kind of ride that you're on. I do like that that the New Mutants clearly have been taught well. You could give that credit to whoever you want to give it to, but they know the tools they should be using. They're able to decipher the information and figure out, we can't read them because they've regressed to a stage where they don't really show up on Cerebro anymore because they don't have their powers. So we've got to figure out where they are. We can't go out as the New Mutants because it would be weird, I guess, is the logical thing that they say, and we should go out as the new X-Men instead. Also, I don't know how you mess around with the great costume that Magic already had, the X-Men look, but with the silver gauntlet arm. is the way to go. Like there's no reason to touch perfection. But I get it,
Yep.
Whatever.
You're wrong, Gore. You're wrong.
he is the deep state.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's keep going here. So now that the teams kind of try to teleport their way through, they end up landing immediately at the Delacorte Theater, which is what we were referenced earlier, where the X-Men were. Only they didn't mean to go here. One of them was like, "What is this? How the heck did we get here?" Magic's like, "Oh, Mirage, something grabbed us and in mid jaunt," and it turns out that of course it is our evil friend Spiral, who is up to no good. She's the one who, I tell you, man, she's got so many powers. She's able to kind of intercept them, bring them here to this place where they unleash their plan of having the original X-Men as kids attack the new mutants as the new X-Men. So this battle begins, and it's all at the theater that they're using. And I think this is in part to Mojo wanting an audience and everything else. And you do get some of the kids, Darla and Alfalfa, the Brat Pack from the previous issues that we've read before. So I like that they've continued to kind of be shown here in these issues. And then you get to see basically as they're starting to question, like, is this the show? Is this what we're supposed to be watching right now? Spiral uses her magic dust, or what does she call it? The pixie dust, and kind of hypnotizes everybody. You do get this odd clip here of Wheezy and Walter, which I like that they were brought up here, Simonson's, as the voices of the feet that you can see, the people, as they're talking, saying, "Walter, did you hear croaking? Be real, Wheezy. You think frogs are go to the theater? Meanwhile, there are literal frogs underneath their seats."
Yep.
I didn't know I didn't quite understand this part of it, but they say, "Hey, Uncle Puddlegup, is that something bad happening?" Or I didn't quite understand where that part came from or why there were frogs here, or if that's just something that it just went over my head. Do you guys know? Or is it...
I was assuming this is around the time we had Throg over in the Thor comic, so maybe this was a relationship to some of that. But we also had the crazy frog in that Iron Man annual, the frog on that guy kid's shoulder.
Yeah, the kid.
So I don't know if it's just frogs are hot right now. I don't know.
The frogs are out. They're trending. Get them in there. Get them in the issue.
Everybody likes frogs.
Well, I was just curious because that part kind of went over my head, but I did like that Walter and Luis were mentioned here as characters. But and then the battle begins. You see immediately because they're like not sure what the new X-Men. I'm going to keep calling them the New Mutants. The New Mutants are not sure. They're not sure like how to take this. Yeah, they got the X-Men attacking them, but they're kids. And then out of nowhere, you see Wolverine just starting to slash at Doug, and going nuts. And then the other thing that caught my attention was right off the bat is Storm starting to control the winds. And all her abilities are coming back. And I'm like, oh, and then Wolverine looking like Juggernaut with that helmet piece that he has on, really creepy, scary. And just the fact that he's wearing nothing else, but he just looked, I mean, he's still himself. He just looks terrifying. Was really wild. You have Magneto in old school army get up, still using his abilities. And even here at that last panel, immediately he stretches Warlock out. So if for anyone wondering, is Warlock affected by Magneto? Yeah, Magneto had no problem kind of ripping him apart quite literally. But anyways, this is where the battle kind of kicks off here. So John, anything you want to add in here to the story so far, where we've landed, or some of the little quirky appearances that we've had on these pages?
Yeah, I mean, I love the panel, the drawings of Wolverine all through that little bit there are hilarious. Like the first one when he's like up on the wall with them looking down, he just looks like a little kid playing dress up. It's super funny to me. I don't know that there's a consistency to how they look like children, because that drawing of Storm working the powers, she looks like an adult again. So that's really a challenging artistic consistency, I believe, to like make them age to a certain point and then maintain that look all the way through the comic is super challenging. I do think Adams is succeeding far more often than he's struggling, but it's not easy. I can't imagine that level of skill where you could be consistent with something this challenging over and over again. The fight, very entertaining, lots of questions. but no time to catch your breath. Like we got to keep moving. The story's got to keep going, even though it's a double-sized book. We gotta pack it all in here.
It's true. Yeah, a lot of stuff happens at once here in these next couple of pages and panels. Michael, what about you? What were your thoughts here? Especially, like I said, some of the guest appearances and this battle that's about to start.
This is where the confusion continued, because just a few pages back, the X-Men, the actual X-Men, went through a portal. If you go back, you don't have to flip back on there, but
when they run into Mojo,
it's
when Mojo,
they're literally going into a portal there. Like that's not a doorway. Like there's Kirby Crackle and things like that. That's not just a door, right? So that's why they don't distinctly mention it. Look. They go through what clearly is portal.
Yeah, but
it turned out it was just a door, and now they're inside this building. So I was confused, and I had to go back and forth, going like they didn't actually go anywhere. Like, but according to Cerebro, they're not on this plane. So I'm wicked confused.
Well,
again,
I don't know that they say that they're not on this plane. They say that it can't read them because they're
young.
They're too young. The
cop they lost
said, "Hey, we found right. That's right."
Yeah,
the cop says we found the Rolls Royce with a bunch of kids in it, and so then they're like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah.
Although to your point, Cerebro should have picked up on Wolverine. He's still popping those metal claws. He's still got powers. So maybe he should have been traceable at this point.
And I will say, as far as costumes go, like I enjoyed the New Mutants costumes. Clearly, the X-Men got awesome Mojo costumes, including Spiral. I love this, whatever like Commando Spiral is.
Oh yeah,
she looks badass. She looks wicked cool.
Agreed.
And like I'm excited to see what's that. I was confused. Spiral. I don't know what Spiral's powers are. She throws everything. Pixie dust now.
She does everything. Oh man, she literally. She's like the best. She's like the best mutant. She's like I don't know who could beat her. I also know from the
I can't tell you what she does, but she's no.
She just can do everything. She literally
more powers than arms.
Justin's been a fan for like 1 month, and he's already mutant. That's Omega level. Like
kind of because every time she comes out and does things, she does whatever she wants to do, and I'm like, how have I not heard of Spiral before? Like, how come Spiral's not a thing? Because she's like super powerful. Every episode that we've read from her, every issue. Bobby says she spirals out of control. Yeah.
I see you, Bobby.
Then there was again to add to the confusion. So like Mojo Masked Wolverine is now my favorite Wolverine. And we're gonna get an even better picture of him coming. Like just it's like Chaos Comics did Marvel. But I'm confused. Like, so Mojo Masked Wolverine like throws psychic versions of himself into Doug. Like on the third one over there, like right in the center, like it's like Kid Wolverine stabbing Doug, but Wolverine's still standing there. Like, what's this new power? Again, confused. I'm like, is that somebody else?
Well, so I think Wolverine punches him in the stomach. Is what I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Wait, is that Colossus?
I think it's Colossus, the little metal guy.
That's Colossus.
I just realized that's Colossus. Yeah,
Wolverine has the big fishbowl on his head.
Yes,
right.
Yeah, that made me think of him though. Yeah, you're right, Mike.
It looks like a Wolverine mask, but then I just remember
the spikes. Yeah.
But then I just realized, Colossus looks like Kid Wolverine, and Wolverine looks like a Chaos Comics character. But I will say, like the Storm costume, I like seeing this like crazed, mad, pink nightie with a cape Storm. Like I don't know, Crazy Storm is always fun. I enjoy when she's nuts. Yeah. But I'm happy to see the fight ensues. I thought the same thing. I kept trying to. I it took me a minute. I picked on the Little Rascals, the frog. I got the Walton Wheezy, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't like the Budweiser frogs don't exist yet, so it's not
that's
that.
right. That's
like that was the closest thing I could come up with, and I'm I don't know, the Bud Bowl doesn't happen like what, 5 years.
Yeah, no, it definitely had me confused. I was hoping maybe someone in the chat can shed some light. By the way, just to clarify, her abilities, Spiral. She is the abilities rooted in magic rather than natural mutation. Sorcery. She can cast spells to teleport, project concussive energy, paralyze foes, and turn herself invisible. And then also, second bullet, 6 arms. Count them, 6. Yep. Genetically and cybernetically enhanced. She possesses full coordination across all 6 limbs, allowing her to simultaneously wield weapons and cast spells. All the same. That is like magic times 10. That's just like magic on steroids is what she is what it sounds like. Anyways, one day she's got to kick Mojo to the curb. Although I love Mojo, so I hope she never kicks him to the curb.
So that actually helps. I'm glad you read that though, because now actually that filled in later with her battle with magic and what's the context.
Yes, yeah, they're both sorcerers. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. Again, it's too powerful, almost too powerful. Nothing about Omega though. I don't know. I think it should be Omega. I'm gonna keep going here.
She doesn't stop there.
That's right. So here's we get now that the action's kind of taken place right off the bat. Betsy recognizes, okay, I got to take out Mirage. She's probably the most dangerous. You get to see Nightcrawler going at it with Wolfbane. You then see again Magic kind of looks like Robin Hood in a sense. She's doing her thing, trying to figure out what she needs to do. Longshot is going after the actor, so she's trying to teleport them, but she can't. Her abilities being scrambled again. Sorcery. Thanks to Spiral. And then Sunspot makes a good point. He goes, if the X-Men are this much trouble now, because already they're having a hard time, imagine what they'll be like when they grow up. And then Magnus says, yes, Sunspot, suppose when they reach their true age, this enchantment becomes permanent. What would happen then? So it kind of sets the stage for like, we need to do something quick because who knows what's going to happen here if this stays. And we are getting the sense that, and I don't know if we hit it yet, but the sense that they are starting to grow back into their age again, slightly, little by little. I'm not sure we quite mentioned it yet, but from here, of course, Mojo kind of reintroduces himself, has a whole little spiel of his own about the spineless chattel that he's going to turn them all into, and his whole plan basically. And then people are starting to clap and they're cheering and they're rooting for Longshot as he's being shown again. And Spiral, this bothered the hell out of her because she's like, she had the limelight. Now he has that limelight. I thought this was hilarious because it bothers her so much and she's trying to play it cool. She's not supposed to like do this yet, but all the fans rooting for Longshot over her. She jumps down and literally knocks him out with like one boot to the back of the head. And just like, he's all folded up like a cartoon there at that point. So she takes her anger out on him. And then immediately Mojo does not like what he sees there on that last page. He immediately pulls her back up and quickly reminds her of who she is, her place in this whole thing, and how to not obey her. And it's creepy, making her smile, putting his fingers in her mouth, trying to make her smile and all this other stuff. So again, just playing into that psychoness that he is. But Michael, you called it earlier with the detail that Arthur Adams does with Mojo, and you just continue to see that the dripping, the rain in the nose or off the nose, the teeth and the smile and the detail in his like chair and everything else, just pretty wild. So, Michael, I'll pass it to you. Any thoughts here with some of the action scenes that we're starting to see as we kick off the battle?
So this is where I felt like the battle, like it's just kicking off. We're finally like getting to what we're getting at, and then it's over. Like he's yanking Spiral out, like again, just confusion. Like I don't understand. I know he's after the ratings. Why is he like stopping the fight? Like I don't know.
He was only stopping Spiral. He was only because remember, Longshot's part of the X-Men right now, so he wants Longshot to do his thing, but he can't do it if Spiral's knocking him out. So he's like, hey, don't beat up my little minions. Like, let him do his thing.
So the other trouble there, the X-Men just accepted Longshot. Just the guy shows up covered in goo. He's one of us. That's it. That's all it takes. Like, up in goo. You're my guy now. You're my hero.
Have you seen him, Michael? Have you seen that? You're just not going to turn him away. That's just it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched 6 issues of him.
You're like, I got plenty.
I'm not impressed. No, you're right, because we do get some more fighting between them. I don't know. Maybe I was upset because Spiral leaves. Like, I too am fascinated and interested this character. She seems like a much cooler mutant than maybe all the rest. Like, there's more to her, and we don't get to explore. But then again, same as Mojo. Like, this guy's a weirdo. He's like a better arcade.
yeah.
He's like, but no, I guess, as the fight ensues, that's where we start getting somewhere.
I was gonna say,
I hated that they pulled Spiral out.
That's fair. I would say I just counted ahead. We have another solid 10, maybe 11 pages of battle scene here, all in the same battle. So it definitely is just the beginning. But I think that little interruption again is more to show Mojo and his craziness, and Spiral and her agenda for things, that she couldn't control her anger in the people clapping for Longshot. Like, that just shows you, again, there's a lot of ego involved here with these people. And while some, typically we look at villains as just evil, and they, villains do things because they're evil. Here, very similar to Joker in DC, like, there's no plan for Mojo. It's just, wacky, wants ratings, wants everything to be about himself, and that's really it. He's not doing it to kill per se, or to be evil per se. And then even as we see, Spiral kind of similar. But John, what are your thoughts here on some of the battle scenes?
I mean, I think we're getting the fracturing happening, right? There's always been dissension in the Mojo crew. Like, people don't just bow to him on everything. They definitely give him grief, and they talk back to him. And Spiral has consistently been his biggest advocate, and yet also like his biggest critic. And I think there's definitely some fun moments here between the two of them, showcasing this. And the fact that they're coming from a universe where it's all a popularity contest, it's all a show, it's all for entertainment, and the egos are massive, and the attitudes are huge. So it's fun to kind of see that at play between them. And then these panels on right next to us here, great faces on all of these. Really, really fantastic, catching the vibe perfectly.
Absolutely. By the way, Bobby says third bullet when I was listening to my bullets of abilities of Spiral. Third bullet is she looks good doing it. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
100% there. A nice Python reference there as well. So, all right, well, let's keep it going, because the action scenes kind of just keep hitting here. So we get Sam Guthrie doing his thing with his new helmet and new look, and he's going after Mojo. Like, at the end of the day, they're like, okay, we need to shut him down, because clearly he's the one that's in control, and if we take him down, then maybe we can get our X-Men back. So he's going after it, but then Longshot, even though he was just knocked out before, somehow winds up right on top of Sam, of Cannonball, and kind of turns him Spiral off into the distance. And then meanwhile, Magma sees, kind of recognizes, hey, maybe this is an opportunity for me to take my shot at Mojo. Of course, Mojo's sitting at the very top of this mountain of the chair that he sits in. And so she tries to take her shot, but immediately gets cooled down by Storm, who I missed this first time around. Storm's like in bright yellow. Like, I know they're trying to just get that it's super bright because of Magma, but for anybody who might have missed that, Storm actually comes through with the stormy weather and kind of puts her flames out. So that's what happens there on this kind of first page. And then you get who we thought was Wolverine for a second with the spiky helmet is actually Colossus. He's there trying to knock over this other pillar to take Bobby out. Bobby catches it. Again, I like these scenes because you do get a little reminder, especially if you haven't been reading New Mutants, of how their abilities work. Bobby's kind of explaining, like, I've fought Colossus before. but man, like I need to use my energy that I get it from the sun. I got to be careful how I use this because I'm going to run out quick. But he does have to use some of this to at least catch this thing falling on him. As he does, Rogue steps into the picture looking scary as hell with her hairdo and her hand up, almost like Polaris in the issue 50, X-Men issue 50, kind of standing there. And then she lays one on him, just a big whopping kiss on Sunspot, and immediately takes his abilities. But that was really the key. That's that, and we'll talk about MVPs later. But that actually might have been the key. The kiss right there is what kind of started to snap Rogue out of it, because as she took all his memories and everything else, she started to click that, hold on, things are not making sense. Something seems a little off. I do like that because she kissed him, the ability that she took in for Sunspot is like her skin and everything turns like this dark gray and black. I just thought that was a really interesting take on how, they would represent that. But anyways, wanted to point that out. And then of course, this last page here, again, Magic steps up. She realizes, hey, a lot of these abilities are magic related. So maybe if I bring out the Soul Sword, maybe that can do something. So she steps into play and is able to start somewhat putting up a fight here. And then meanwhile, you have Karma, who is trying to break the craziness out of Wolverine. And she's, going at it with him. We'll get into more of that here shortly. But John, anything here you want to touch on?
I mean, I love the perspective on this big panel right here, looking down on the volcanic explosion. All the colors that they use there are really, really fascinating, and not the normal decision on how to color a page like that. I think it comes off really well. Yeah. The fights, the way they're matching up, very entertaining. Classic Marvel, good guys fighting good guys, and how do they match up against each other? Very entertaining. Look, Danny, like, how long is your leg? Like, holy crap!
She got a long leg.
I think we have to really consider that you're part giraffe at this point. I think there's just it's wild. I'm like, there's no reason for that superpower. But yeah, great visuals as always. I love the bit of Magic coming out of that portal behind Mojo to try to take him out, and then he grabs her. Like, really cool. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, that is a cool scene. Always like flames kind of shooting out, out from under the portal. Michael, what any thoughts here for these 3 pages?
Nothing wild. Obviously they're pairing everybody off to start, really moving towards wrapping up the issue, wrapping up. Here's our big fight. Let's see where it goes. The part where Rogue kisses Bobby, I was happy. I'm like, okay, we're going to get somewhere with this and hopefully bring this home, because how we got here didn't make a ton of sense. I'm still confused as to, like, is the audience in front of them or is the audience in Mojo World?
I took it as like a hologram. I don't know that they ever interact with them physically.
Yeah.
I took it as like they were a projection of some kind.
I took it like they were at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and it's just everything was on this massive round screen.
Yeah. It's so confusing. And I just so hung up on where the hell are they that I like it was detracting for me from enjoying the issue. There was something. Yeah, because that tall panel there on the 3rd page, they're showing everybody paired off. And then I was like, okay, here we go. I was excited. Again, you get the close-up of creepy Mojo Wolverine. I don't know why I'm so fascinated with this Mojo Wolverine.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hilarious. He's extra tiny. He's still super hairy. And he's got this crazy Juggernaut helmet on. Like, what's not to like?
Yeah, the eyeballs.
And it does look the same. I was having, I guess my light was not so great when I was reading this the other night, where Longshot is jumping onto Cannonball's back.
Yeah,
I read that quickly, and that B is very small. Like if you read it quickly, that sentence comes out completely different.
What are you talking about?
If you're looking at this, if you're watching this on your phone, you're not going to be able to see it. But
what's the sentence?
There, where? Let me see. Where is it?
Oh, is this something not appropriate?
It's probably not.
Cannibal
If
tries
you could blow
to
that up real quick so people on
buck
the phone
him
can
off.
see.
To buck him off. He wants to buck him off.
Oh, okay.
It's a B. It is a B.
Okay.
But depending on the quality of the printer in that,
Yeah.
Thanks to my crappy camera there, it kind of could be an S. I was just like, wait a second. Hold on a second. What did he just say? What did he just say?
Sometimes you got to double take these panels.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how common knowledge it is, but I guess Chris Claremont had some troubles where he always wanted, what was it? It was like 2 seasons ago. Professor X is wearing like bondage gear. The Morlocks, like all. I was reading a book and they were talking about how Chris Claremont, like they always had to dial it back. Like he wanted to put Professor X in drag at some point. Like he wanted him to just start dressing like a woman, just like he's still Professor X, but he wears women's dresses just because, not for any reason, just because. And I guess there was all this, like he always wanted to push boundaries with like, having a bondage scene. And there's, look at the Hellfire Club.
Yep. I mean, that definitely did. I mean, I don't think anything else was like that at that time.
So every time I see something that I think I see, I'm like, did he sneak something in? Did he convince somebody? Like, no, go ahead and write it. Like, is this his little Easter egg? And I don't think that ever actually comes to fruition, but it's always on the edge. So I'm always looking for that one, like, this is where Chris got away with it.
That's funny. I'm sure when you ask him, I'll have to bring that up. I'm sure he'll be able to point you in the direction if he does.
The one thing.
Yeah. What's up, Fox? Hanging out in the chat. It says it's amazing the leap forward that Adams has taken since the Long Shot miniseries, even the previous annual. Yeah, agreed. I mean, we've been enjoying it so far, time and time again, just kind of going through just this issue. So definitely agreed with you there. Candace, after the first pages, yeah. And Fox says, I think he wanted to put Professor X in women's clothes that one time with he was with the Morlocks, not as an all-time thing. Okay, interesting. I mean, the Morlocks are an interesting group to begin with, and they definitely have a lot of different
pushing boundaries.
Yeah. I mean, I think he got a lot of that out with Kitty, just pushing boundaries. A lot of crazy outfits. But let's keep going because as we see Karma kind of going after Wolverine here, she actually is able to crack the code here and snap him out of it. And he wakes up and he becomes himself again. I love this shot of just him screaming, "Mojo, what have you done to me?" And rips off that crazy mask and just starts slashing. He does warn Karma, "Don't worry, I'm me. I'm back again." And he immediately goes and takes out. It looks like he takes out Doug Colossus.
It's Colossus, yeah.
Yeah, so he's trying to kind of snap them out of it and wake them up, and that sure enough helps. Meanwhile, you have Betsy, who we saw had a little bit of a moment with Doug in the past, and Doug certainly doesn't want to hurt her. So as that's happening, Wolverine is going to attack her. She's starting to realize, though, in her own mind that something doesn't feel right. Doug cares for me. And then, of course, Doug yells, "Wolverine, no, don't." Luckily, he's able to not do anything damaging, but just kind of knocks her over. And again, now for the second time, Betsy is on top of Doug. They just keep winding up like this. Not sure how that keeps happening, but
those it is. Purple-haired ladies, you got to watch out for them.
You got to watch them. And then you get, you get Kitty Pryde, who again. We haven't seen her in a little while. I know that she's part of the X-Men team, but even she was starting to snap out of it as she runs up and tries to, or as she sees, her friend Magic being choked out essentially by Mojo, and is able to break out of it, jump through Mojo and his chair. And we know what her abilities can do to electronics. So the chair just starts going out of control. And because of that, good and bad, right? It's good because she kind of messes up with Mojo, but bad because you see all the other team members are being affected in a negative way by this. So anyone that he's had this control over is now in a lot of pain, a lot of as you see them all like kind of squinting there and screaming. Before I pass it back to you guys, I'm going to just jump into this next bit because it kind of goes just hand in hand. You have Storm here at the top. She is trying to, again, she is confused. She's still on, part of this whole thing. But as she's waking up from this, she's realizing that this is not her. This says it would be good to be worshipped even by such ground crawling grubs as these, only right and proper for fitting for a goddess. But is that what or who I am? And she starts to question herself and snap out of it. You get this beautiful close-up face design drawing of her as well. And then she realizes that something's up. So she's able to snap out of that as well. She uses her abilities to then fire away and make rain and everything come down from where they are, and casting lightning or lightning bolts against Mojo's tower to knock things out there. And then you get Rogue, who also snapped out of it now at this point. Basically, everybody's waking up, and she jumps over and tries to attack Mojo as well. And her putting her hands on him, like you just start to see her veins and everything popping out. Really creepy stuff there. Not sure what would happen if she continued.
Don't do it, girl. Just punch his ass. Don't do it.
Yeah, like it got kind of crazy. And then the rest of them look on as even Colossus then steps up and gets his shot to kind of give a punch to Mojo. So Mojo not having a good time now that again it all kind of started to, I was going to say spiral out of control, but Michael, I'm going to start with you, and I can go back to the last panel here. But any thoughts on what's going on now that the team is starting to wake up and snap out of it?
Yeah, this is when the book at least it all started kind of coming back together, regardless of where they are. Like we're defeating Mojo. The if you go back one panel, I will say I got hung up on that Wolverine page, like just the art alone. Not that it's the greatest art I've ever seen, but I really enjoyed everything going on there. Just how, for something with so little background to it, there was so much detail in the characters. That eye in the top right.
Yes.
It really it sold the emotion. And I love when a comic just through the image can sell, you're in. But yeah, the other thing, I didn't even notice it that where he's tackling Colossus is the only time I had no idea he was nude the whole time, minus the mask. He's just been running around. I didn't even catch that one. Every other scene you see him in, he's he was just, I guess you just assume he's wearing his little trunks or whatever.
Nope.
But yeah. What was it? This is the part where where are you? What was Kitty doing? Kitty broke out the soul sword. She was going to use the soul sword to place it on people or touch everybody to remind them of who they were. But she never had the opportunity to do that. She was.
I know Magic had the soul sword because she thought her ability was able to apply, since this is sorcery and magic.
She was able, that
was the page right before this.
Yeah, but then Mojo grabbed her and Kitty rescues Magic.
Yeah. And then I do want to point out Doug was defeated so easily. Just pointing that out. Just first she hits him, then he's just enamored with her beauty. And I did think I was cracking up where he says, ow, 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 Betsy moving in for the kill, even like this, she's so beautiful. How can I fight her?
Yes.
She's a female long shot.
Seriously. And it's funny because it's like, Doug, just wait a couple of years. She's going to be every fanboy's dream.
There it is. I think though that Doug does something interesting there because he says, "How do I fight her? She'll know my every thought unless that's the key."
Yes.
And then he's like, "No, I figured out the way to solve this is just to let her see my thoughts and don't hold anything back. No scientific barriers like Xavier taught me. I'm going to open up everything, and she'll see the truth, and she won't be able to like stop the thoughts coming to her."
Yes. And that is not a mutant power. That's just a smart kid.
That's just
a smart kid. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Not that slick. Not that he's
it is slick.
He's not that powerful.
No, it's not a mutant skill. It's just good thinking.
It's just clever. That's all I'm giving him on this. Just clever.
Okay. I'll take it.
And then now that with Rogue, I'll leave Doug alone for now.
Yeah,
with
go to the
Rogue,
next page. Yeah.
And her little skimpy moon dragon. I was happy to see. Now they haven't really played on the trope.
I thought
in a while
you meant Kitty Pride. Sorry, you said Rogue.
Rogue. I'm pointing at the screen like you can all see it. The middle page there. She's dressed like Moon Dragon.
Yes.
They haven't really touched on the trope in a while that like Rogue is still kind of like, is she with us? Is she against us? But if there was any moment where she's willing to take one for the team, like she grabs onto this dude's face and just says like, I'm gonna take one for the team. I'm shutting this guy down.
Yeah. Like nobody chooses to touch Harvey Weinstein, right? Like that's not a choice you make.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's what had popped into my head. Like I'm still under the impression that we're in the era that Rogue is still like, oh, maybe she's a good guy, maybe she's a bad guy. She's not long shot. She doesn't get to just show up and everybody loves her. Like she's had to prove herself for the past several years.
That's because she hadn't shown up wearing this outfit. If she shows up wearing this, now everybody likes her. She's amazing.
Right. Yeah. So with that though, I don't know. For me, it was just this cathartic moment of like she's willing to absorb the power of this monster to take one for the team, to show the team like I'm here to protect and save all of you. Because I mean, let's face it, we all know Rogue is potentially the most dangerous mutant of all. Like she could touch any other mutant and have their abilities. She could touch superheroes and have their abilities. Like all she's got to do is punch you in the face, and then she can do what you do.
Yep.
Like that's wild to me. So,
hey, don't forget about my boy Sync. He's very dangerous too.
This is true. I forgot about Sync.
Basically the same with her.
Everett.
Yes. Quick, I wanted to highlight. Fox was saying Silac and Doug being into each other is almost dropped immediately. The plot threads. I don't think it's even mentioned again after Claremont's run. Interesting.
No.
John, any thoughts here between these two slides? I can jump back.
I mean, the art. Let's just soak in that top panel right there with the clouds around the storm. She's got the cape flying, and she's got the hair going wild. The lightning crack going on below her. It's so fantastic. What an amazing panel. And then even better for me almost is that close up of her face when she's just in like pain, gritted teeth and clenched eyes, and so fantastic. There's some really stellar panel layouts happening here. If you want to go back one, there's some great layouts happening. It's not just your basic grids. Like Michael mentioned this whole page here where Wolverine's, you get close on the eye, all the little panels across the top, and then the big panel, the lettering of him screaming at Mojo, the scratches all over the walls. There's so many cool little pieces happening here. There's no consistency. And then you get the Kitty Pryde tackling or rescuing Magic with all the little faces, like all the little panels laid all over the top of the reactions of the team members. Really some fundamentally like effective storytelling and the way the panels are laid out here. Nothing is your typical work, and I think that's what makes it so exciting to read page by page, right? So then you can go to the next one again, and it's just really great, really strong stuff. And I love that everybody's getting their shots on Mojo. Everybody taking their shots. Get them, Colossus.
Everyone's snapping out of it now. And Fox is spot on here. Doug is a tactical genius when he's wearing the Cyclops. I mean, he's smart.
It feels like we're giving the wrong kind of credit.
Oh, okay, maybe
It's not
misguided credit. Misguided credit.
Scott's not even in this goddamn issue. What are we giving him credit for?
That's a good point. All right, let's keep it going because we got just a couple more pages here. So yeah, we have Nightcrawler making his move now, as John mentioned. Everybody kind of jumping in. Nightcrawler taking the sword and doing one final dash. I love that top panel there. Him just about to strike down on Mojo, as clearly Mojo's losing now at this point. And everything's going down. Unfortunately, Mojo is able to escape as he strikes down with the blade. He disappears. He bamfs. Some would say it's ironic because Nightcrawler gets a taste of his own medicine in a sense. But yeah, he misses with that strike. And then, of course, the rest of the team kind of comes together. And as they now are all wide awake and understanding what's happening, they see Spiral is still on the floor, knocked out, and that they think this is the only, now that they still have her, we still have Spiral. Storm says, and she possesses considerable power. I am certain that we can persuade her to help us put things right. Because right now, the buildings are destroyed. The play that people were watching, like everything is like, they're still sitting there watching. Like,
I was going to say, the audience is having a blast.
Yeah, the audience is good. Yeah. So they, Betsy wakes her up. Really cool close-up shot of her grin, her face as she's waking up. And I love that that Colossus puts her into an armbar, a 6-arm armbar or headlock.
So good.
It's so hilarious. And all the arms are just up in the air. Yeah. And you have the soul sword right at her neck, thanks to magic. And they basically say, hey, you're going to help us or you're going to die. And Wolverine's like, please let us take you down here. Because even Betsy's like, yeah, I think we should just kill her. Why are we going to let her go? Like, she's just going to come back. Like, we should just kill her. Betsy's not wrong here. Even though I love Spiral and you can't kill her because she's awesome. And so she says, okay, fine. She says, you're going to let me walk if I just, do a little magic for you guys and put everything back together. Fine.
And dance for you.
And dance. Yes. And that's right. That should be another bullet point. It's her dancing skills. So she does the dancing. She puts everything back, uses all her sorcery and abilities, and essentially turns everything back to normal. I'll jump over to you guys before we get into this last slide here. But any thoughts with how the battle scenes here kind of ended? John, I will send it to you.
I mean, everybody getting a little moment is fantastic. These 5 Nightcrawler panels are so fantastic, so cool. I love when he's stealing her sword. He's like, hey, you got 6 arms, you got spare swords. I'll take one of these swords. The overview on Storm's costume and Wolverine putting on a towel, hilarious to me. Just the high angle on that. And yeah, you're totally right. The wrestling move on Spiral, and then every single panel has Colossus with the same frown, like his lips right above her head. Then when he's got her in the hold, and then the 2 panels up in the top corner where she's starting to smile and he's still got the same I could do this all day kind of face.
Yep. He's playing no games.
It's so good.
It's a great point. Bobby says, I just figured it out. Mojo created YouTube. That's making sense. That is making sense. That is making a lot of sense.
This is wild. Does that make all of us Spiral then?
Yes, very much so. Michael,
or the frogs.
Actually, yeah, we probably were the frogs.
Well played.
Michael, I'll pass it over to you. What any thoughts you want to add here to the final wrap up of the battle?
I'm really enjoying Mojo. Same as you. Like I've been following along, and like I've never, like I've said it before, and I know you guys know this. I'm a big street level Marvel fan. Like that's my jam. But because of you two, I've really been enjoying X-Men. And I want to know more about Mojo. But at the same time, all I wanted was for Kurt to, like, I don't know, slice him in half. Like I wanted him to, to kill him, and because of what he,
stab him right in the heart.
Yeah, something. But obviously, he's got to get away. That way, we can get more Mojo.
But did he have to get away by bamfing? Like, man, right to Nightcrawler's, play. Like, that's brutal,
Right. Yeah.
They should have had Nightcrawler be like, so that's what that feels like.
Yeah. What's that awful smell?
Yeah, what's that awful smell? Holy
yeah, no, and what was it? I did think it was funny while Colossus has her all hemmed up. Storm says, "Peace, magic. For now, Mojo has abandoned you, Spiral. Your fate is in our hands. Do as we ask, or die." I'm like, how'd you, like, in 2 sentences, you go from peace to die?
Yeah. Yep.
Many layers.
Yeah. But no, I same thing. I really got hung up. Like, I feel like everybody just loves Arthur Adams. Like, I want to meet the person that hates him so I can, like, I don't know, maybe come down a peg or two. I actually don't. I don't want to meet anybody. If you hate Arthur Adams, you're no friend of mine. The expressions, they're perfect. This is everything that's right in a comic book. All these expressions, the look on Spiral's face, the pose on the 3rd page there where she's where she's dancing, like
I love that.
Like
full moon,
right,
and covering other panels, like she's spreading across the whole page almost.
Yeah, the layout's great.
But the composure of all these characters, the angles, like it's not the modern crap we get today where it's just like oversaturated and wild angles and action lines every single direction, like this here with Kurt, and you see the explosion, but like technically it's just a bunch of colored lines, but it does everything I needed to do without over exaggerating it. It's a comic book, and I feel like Arthur Adams I don't know, maybe it's just for me. This is pinnacle comic book right here. This is everything I love and appreciate about a classic American comic book. So and it's all right here in these handful of pages. Expressions, I forget what they call it, the body composure, where expressing movement through a still image. So,
I even love Storm's face on that far side. Like, that's just a gorgeous artwork. Storm there. Any of these could be posters. Actually, that whole page, that far page of even with Spiral, that would be a cool page of original art to own, because that just covers everything right there. You got Magic, you got Storm, you got Spiral, all the things that matter. All right, let's.
I feel like I know somebody out in the universe. Somebody copied that picture of Spiral and drew it on the front of like their math book or something.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like, what a cool image.
It is cool, especially with the full moon behind it too.
Yeah.
Fox says a little Mojo goes a long way. Mojo should have stayed an annual only character. This comment, John. That's great. All right, I'm gonna keep going here. All right, so this is how we wrap up the issue. As everything is placed back, everything kind of goes to quote unquote normal. You see the New Mutants, who are kind of sad because they are putting away their cool, quote unquote, cool new outfits for another time. Because again, this whole issue's kind of been back and forth of, are they ready? Are they not? Why aren't they the X-Men yet? All that stuff. And just interesting to see kind of the back and forth and how they truly feel about all this. A lot of them want to take that step to the next level. But as Mirage puts it, be patient. It'll be our turn soon. Bobby, on the other hand, is a little annoyed by all that. He feels that, they didn't do anything for that. Nothing. He said, what victory are you guys talking about? We didn't do anything. New Mutants didn't accomplish a blessed thing. But Mirage there explains a little bit more about, hey, if it wasn't for us, Mojo would have gotten away with everything, and who knows where the X-Men would have been at that point. So I like that there are some leadership. Again, Mirage is one of my favorites. I just love how she handles, her team and being the leader, even though they're the kids table still compared to the X-Men. but still very much of a level mind there. And then they all kind of go off, and I like they all walk away, arms around each other and holding hands, and you see Warlock reaching all the way across his stretchy arm to everybody, which was nice. Warlock, I'd say, it was kind of taken out of this whole thing, from Magneto. So it is interesting. Like that was his first experience with Magneto, and I'm sure he did not like that. Meanwhile, outside you get more fun, pool activities. Everybody's swimming. The X-Men are hanging out. Longshot is like confused and terrified with this floor that's moving, and Nightcrawler is like, yeah, it's water, transitional state between gas and solid. Look closer, and he's looking closer, and then they kick him in, and you get the boot splash. That all that fun. I'm glad that they kind of end on that note again. And then Storm having a nice discussion there with Betsy and everybody else, and just explaining how we at the end of the day figured it out. We were able to snap out of it. It's because of who we are. Professor X chose us because of the type of people we are, and we're X-Men. We don't just give in to certain things, and our true nature is better than what Mojo thinks it is. So I thought it had some really nice words to kind of compliment the team. And then you get at the end with the creepy Mojo face. And it says MGM production, Mojo's giant movies of death. If you guys read that closely, I just wanted to highlight that in the top corner. And you get the clapping and the hurrahs, and you get the final page, which happens to be Major Domo along with Mojo, and Mojo cracking up, laughing, and Major Domo's like, our ratings are through the roof again. Everything is good. I'll assume, sir, that you want to do this again next year. Again, it's all just a rating system in a TV show for Mojo. And Mojo's like, I'm an artist, or I'm an artiste. Of course, we're not going to do it again. That's not what an artist would do, something like that. We'll come up with something different. He just, again, seeing the psychoness of it, and the fact that he was okay. He was happy with like how things turned out. It wasn't like he was really defeated. He's just like, hey, I got my goal. I brought the ratings up, and people love me because I'm the best. And it just built up his ego even more. And then you get the creepy head there of the Porky the Pig. That's all, folks, as it kind of Looney Tunes its way out. So interesting little cartoony way to end the issue. But so that's how the issue ends. John, I'll throw it to you first. What are your thoughts here on how this wraps up?
I mean, we've complimented a lot of Arthur Adams' work here, and it's definitely worthy. But I just got to point out that the Karma drawing next to Michael there has an obscenely long neck. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if she got yanked by Mojo at some point. She's showcasing some Reed Richards power skills that I've never seen before.
It's like the boot. It's like her leg was also stretched out earlier.
Nobody's perfect, is what I'm really saying. Nobody's perfect. Like, let's just temper our feelings overall. But these final panels of Storm getting her haircut back, that he gives her some luscious mohawk locks. It's pretty impressive. And then finishes strong with some super creepy Mojo faces. Glad those costumes are going back in the drawer. We can save those for a never day. And now we're back to the normal. Everything's back to normal. Storm even says, I wanted my hair back the way it was. I liked it the way it was. I'm going to trim it back.
Yeah. What did you think of the fact that even she was okay with giving back her powers?
Yeah.
She had her power. She talked about it, but she said she didn't even want anything that was given by Spiral,
She felt like it was an untruth, right? She wasn't going to live this fake experience. And I think, there's a part of her that knows that she's on an important path, and that this is where she needs to be.
Yeah. It just thought that was interesting. Bobby says Mojo said, remember, thanks Bobby, appreciate it. And Matt says, why was the Spiral image not the thumbnail of the episode? I mean, that's fair. I always stick to the covers, but you're right, it should have probably been the cover. So
maybe it'll be the thumbnail for next week's giveaway show.
Oh, there you go. That's the idea.
Spiral image.
I like that. I might do that. It helps the Mojo's algorithm. That's right. Michael, what about you here? Any just final thoughts on how the issue wrapped up for you?
From a standpoint of reading, wrapped up perfectly. From the standpoint of like breaking the fourth wall, like I'm watching these people. You know, I'm super upset. Like, I want to see the New Mutants rebel and go, no, these are our new costumes. Like, no, we have grown up. Like, you know, Kitty's hanging out with you guys and going on adventures. We're all the same age. You know, we've shown that we, you know, with this annual, where are we at in New Mutants at this point? Like, what issue number would we be at?
34, 35.
Okay. So they're
35.
And by that time, I mean, is this about the time they start like going on adventures and like breaking out?
I think we're a little further along. I think it's 40.
I should clarify. I should clarify that I was thinking 34 is where we ended our New Mutant season.
There's about 10 issues in between where we ended and where we're gonna see them in issue 45 next season.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like, you know, like I said, from this side of the perspective, from the reader perspective, like, I want to see him not be okay with putting these costumes back. Like, I want to see him, you know, collectively run off. And I could have sworn there was like one more little pot shot at Doug on this page. I can't find. I thought there were
something you were holding on to. So
deeply. Just like you know, we're all great, but screw Doug.
God damn,
you know,
that guy.
like Bobby punched him in the face or something, you know. But no, I guess I'll have to wait till next season or you know, next chance I get.
And we technically moved this annual around in the omnibus. It's right next to the New Mutants annual we read prior to the X Factor stuff. So like those timeline up a little better than maybe the single issues.
Gotcha. I really did. I applaud and appreciate the fact that Claremont didn't take an easy way out on giving Storm back her powers through this. Would have been super easy to like, and you know, one more day. You know,
it did cross my mind though. It did cross my mind because I mean I don't know the story yet of like how she eventually gets her powers, but for a second I'm like, ooh, is this the loophole, you know, that they kind of do, because there must be a loophole at some point.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Is as soon as you know, she starts exhibiting the powers, when she's wearing her pink purple bikini thing there, and I'm like, oh wait, Storm's back now. Like I thought she was just, you know, whatever. So I thought that was going to be the way they cheated it out, and I thought it was really cool that they actually go through and explain, and then Psylocke, you know, makes the comment about I forget what she says, but she talks about, you know, how she's going to keep the eyes though, like
oh yes, so she doesn't
feels
say
like
anything.
She's keeping this dirty secret.
I didn't really mention that. Yeah, that's actually a really big part. Yeah.
She thinks it about how like Storm is saying this, like, nope, I'm going to stay true to myself. And Psylocke's like, I'm going to keep my eyes though. Like, I can't see.
Well, no,
like, you can't control the weather. Yeah.
No, but she's afraid that they're going to kick her out. She doesn't like the eyes either. She was okay with being blind before she got the eyes. But she's just like, she likes being with the X-Men. She wants to learn from being with the X-Men. And she's just afraid that they're gonna be like, oh, we can't trust you. You have, you know, the eyes of, you know, of Mojo or whatever. So I get the you know, being torn in that way.
Yeah, my bionic eyes, a gift from Mojo. I should tell the X-Men about them, but suppose then they ask me to leave.
That's your fear.
Yeah. And then on the last page there, up close, that where Mojo's holding up the pig's head, like I've seen things, I've dealt with things, and like I'm not a big horror fan, but like,
dude,
I was like, that's pretty
that's
pretty,
dude,
you know, like I don't know, like I'll stop there.
No, like, it is super dark. Look, I'll tell you now, anybody that's been following me on Instagram, I am going down this crazy rabbit hole right now with death metal. And this stuff right here, I was like, Mojo, I get a little taste of death metal with all the stuff that he brings to the table. And maybe that's why I like him so much. But that pig face there, definitely some.
It's the way he's holding it. Like it's 3 blood drops away from, you know.
Yes.
looking like he just decapitated it. Like,
you would need a rated R.
Like,
3 drops away from that. Yeah.
I've been on this like all ages idea. Like things can be all ages. It's good for kids. It's good for adults. And everyone can enjoy it, except for that panel. I'm like, everything
that panel is
right
like Cannibal Corpse. That's like Cannibal Corpse.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what it is. It goes from this all ages, like, hey, let's have fun. It's an annual. We can get away with everything except for murder.
But that's what I love about Mojo. He's just so twisted. He brings this like wicked, twisted side of things.
Oh yeah.
So
and then nobody else. I don't think anybody else will appreciate this but me. But the panel right above that, clearly, that's where they took the inspiration for the Mojo action figure. Like to a T. That is exactly what the Mojo Build-A-Figure action figure looks like.
I don't think I've ever seen that action figure.
It's you can. I think I have a piece of it. I have piece of it.
I have the chair. I think
you have to collect all the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
you can. If you wanted to, you can buy one complete on eBay for like $40.
But it's one of the toys where it comes with pieces.
Yeah, you can just buy him. It's nobody wants it because it's smaller than all the, like, he should be bigger.
I got you.
So, but if you ever wanted a Mojo figure, like, you could get one for cheap, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
I'll buy all of them just so I can,
just Mojo and Spiral.
Yeah. Needs a Spiral. All right. This is the issue. Well, let's do our final thoughts here and grades. Then we'll get into the numbers and trivia. So stay tuned for that. John, how do you grade this thing, and any final thoughts?
I mean, it is a roller coaster ride. It's very silly. It's a typical annual kind of thing. And depending on how you feel about annuals, as far as the writing is concerned, you might have a lot of love or a lot of disappointment with that experience. The thing that carries us through, as we've highlighted again and again and again, is Adams. Like, he really does get us to the finish line, and time and again kind of elevates a material that could be very silly and kind of goofy and kind of frivolous in some ways. So overall, this is going to be an 8 for me. It's a very fun, entertaining jaunt. Not anything that you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to read this again. But at the same time, worth your time, worth your money, and you get the X babies, man.
That's true. That's very true. All right, solid 8. Michael, what about you? How would you grade this, and any final thoughts of this?
So overall, I'm of two minds of it. I would never hand this to somebody as their first comic. Which is funny because I'm a big believer in the go figure, the editor of the book, Jim Shooter's, every comic is somebody's first comic book. Not this one. That but to the initiated, like after having read it and sitting back and reflecting, it was a really fun read. Like even the parts where I was confused and had troubles. I don't like to have troubles reading a book. I like to just simply enjoy it. I still really did enjoy the issue. I would never put a silly number grade on it because that's for weirdos. But I would give this a fine plus.
Solid.
Yes.
I'm gonna go and give it I enjoyed it. I really did. You guys know I always find the annuals to be just epic fun stuff. And and I do think sometimes you do have to just go with some of it.
100%.
So it's not that it's perfect writing by any means, but we've come across a lot of those issues in the past, and still find ways to really enjoy it. So I think it obviously helps that just we've grown to love these characters so much, and seeing a lot of the history and the little ins and outs, and even the tag in the beginning, and little reminders of where they all stand right now and what some of the struggles they deal with right now in their own mind. Doug wanting to be a hero, or Betsy kind of trying to figure out her situation and stuff like that. So I'm still gonna give it a 9. I think this is for me something I will go back and read again. I think Art Adams' artwork definitely is a big part of that as well. But I mean, I just love that the New Mutants get tied into this. You get the whole family in this, and you don't get that enough. I feel like, at least not what we've read. It's few and far between to get the combination of all those heroes together. So I'm gonna give it a 9. But I see Bobby in with a 10 with a Doug white suit pages. Love it.
Dang, that's the highest grade he's given all season.
It might be, yeah.
That's every other grade that Bobby's given has been a 9.8 with some type of awesome white pages.
Yes, that's true. But a 10, you're right. You don't see many 10s, but you also don't see many 9.2s or lower.
Nope.
Here are some of the numbers, the details here. I wrote first X Babies. Longshot joins the X-Men, technically. And then also the other special key, second time Betsy and Doug are on top of each other. So if you're looking for any reasons to get this book, you might want to consider. 9.8 goes for a fair market value of $100 from Go Collect. But any other thoughts here with the key elements or numbers before we get into our last picks here?
No, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. Those are the key qualities, and I don't know why you'd slab this book.
You would want to get the. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I bought a near mint copy for $3. Paying $100 for this, it's just insanity.
Oh,
and then you miss out on all the art. Like I listen. I want to go off on a tangent. I want to hate you guys for blue tape, and I got to keep Morbius and Paul like in my thoughts, and Daryl too. Get out of here, John.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm listening. I swear I'm listening.
It's not going to deflect it. It's not going to deflect it. Blue labels and blue tape are not it.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. I'm sure CGC puts that on there too.
Yep. I have a tough time with like I appreciate that you guys do the key elements, and I appreciate that you guys do this. But every time I'm like you look at how fast the price falls, and it's like you could buy a beautiful copy for dollars. I guess to the X-Men completist who wants to complete some pedigree collection. There's I don't know. I feel like there's better ways you could spend your time. Like crack your books open, read your damn comics, enjoy them. I mean, look, great cover. It's not going to blow you away. This is not the end all be all cover, but damn it, there are some really good artwork inside. I could go read it digital. No, or you could hold it. And enjoy it. Yeah. Don't buy a second copy. Buy one copy.
You could get the omnibus.
You could get
all of them. What if you just got all of them?
Yes. Be a true complete. Yeah. Get one of every version. That also counts as being a complete.
Every Ghost Rider, but somewhere down here, I still also had every version of every trade paperback and every hardcover. I don't need this many copies. You know what? I don't have the digital copy.
God,
see,
you
have it in
call yourself a collector.
You call it.
So.
Oh God!
All right, I don't know. Key elements, like what actually draws you in. What, first
X Babies. That's all you need to know. First X Babies. All right, we do our MVP of the episode or of the issue. A lot of different names here. Yeah,
all Doug.
Feel free to throw it in the chat. But John, who is your MVP of the week? Doug,
that's a tricky one. I will say. There are definitely several characters that kind of come to mind and pull off something here as far as the victory or are of value. It's definitely got to be a New Mutant for me because I feel like they're the ones that came to the rescue and kind of made this all happen here at the end and were the big success story. But which one I pick, that's really tricky. I'm going to go Psylocke. I'll go Psylocke. No, she's not with them. She's with the X-Men.
I'm going to pick a New Mutant. First pick.
Yeah,
X-Men.
and then I pick. Damn it. God, there's no easy answer. It's like the whole crew of them. I'll take Danny away from you so that you can't pick Danny. How's that, Justin?
I have somebody else in mind.
All right, fine. I mean, because it is the New Mutants for me coming to the rescue of the X-Men, right? They're the ones that need rescuing. So there you go.
Hey, she was the leader too. She played a big role. Mike, who was your MVP of the week?
I will say, I've really enjoyed this season with the MVP of the week. It's always fun. There is a lot of standouts. Drunk Danny answering the door, like like she really got everybody together, got everybody ready, got the New Mutants going. So she's a good contender. Spiral really made this book fun and interesting.
She's only the best.
Yeah.
Justin's upset you took his pick. We're picking all the women that he was like, damn it.
Oh no. I mean, there's Storm. Storm when she collects herself. And then her dialogue at the end. I really appreciated her, her Jerry Springer thoughts at the end of the show. The final thoughts. But I mean, I'm gonna go with probably not one of my favorite characters, but for me, it was Mojo Wolverine. Like I'm fascinated with Mojo Mask Wolverine. I enjoyed this version of Berserker Wolverine.
Sure,
he was. I mean, if I should just cheat and I should say Arthur Adams, because without him,
I questioned. I thought maybe somebody would say his name.
Arthur Adams really is because he's what propelled most of this book for me.
100%.
So I will say, Bobby took my claim. I'm going with Sunspot. If he did not kiss Rogue, none of this would have happened. I know Rogue kissed him, but still, if she didn't put the moves on him, he didn't put the moves on her, however you want to remember it, it all would have gone to shit. So it really did play a massive role because his memories went inside and woke her up. So I'm going with Sunspot on that one. But you guys were all spot on. I do like Bobby also said that the big head MVP gave his life for the ratings. That's right. Kenny's Comic Kid in the chat. What is going on, Jeff? Good to see you. We got my man Chet Knight also hanging out.
Hey, Chet.
Good to see you, my friend. Yes, you did. You missed a great read. But we are going to do some questions here. We have our Q&A, our trivia before we wrap up. So let me take this down and we will go through that. So remember, we're looking for 2 correct answers, 1 incorrect answer that you can make Sove laugh hard enough that he chooses your incorrect answer as the point. Again, these are some last chances to get on the board for our big giveaway for the Fraim Brothers and all the other giveaways we're going to do next week on John's channel. So be ready for that. Get some answers in here and see what you got. So, John, I'm going to throw it to you first. What's your first question?
I also want to remind everyone that I covered about 15 comics last week, and we were right about the exact same amount of time it took Justin to do one tonight. I want it's called redemption. Every once in a while,
end of the season.
Every once in a while,
that's partially my fault.
Yeah, it's all. That's
partially my fault. I stall. I drag things on.
We got him riled up with the blue tape, John. It's really our fault.
I think and to what you've mentioned it several times over the season. I think I've actually fallen to third. I
definitely set some new record lows this year.
Yeah, somebody either took first or second. I was 3 minutes behind Greg, but I think I've moved to third.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process currently as we speak, trying to get that timer going.
I see.
So I'm going to continue to tell you this story about.
No.
As long as we go for a full minute longer, it will be longer than the X Factor episode.
I got a half an hour to go. So
you got
time.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. I should get my questions ready. It's like, okay. Obviously, a lot of original X-Men team members in the X Factor issues we covered last week. My question is, when Jean comes out of her cocoon, she has lost an important power. What has Jean lost the ability to do? Big question. No Jackson Roy Kirk in the chat to drop the starting line, but we'll use Candace's Hey Chet as the start line then. What power did Jean Grey lose while in the cocoon?
Remember, looking for 2 correct answers and 1 funny answer.
Bring up the chat.
All right, I see Adam, and then I'm gonna go. I'll go with Chet. I'll be nice with the Chet. We haven't seen enough Chet, and he hasn't gotten enough points. Yes, it is the ability. It's not telekinesis, right? That's the
Right.
She can still move things.
I think Ryan just put both, so he knew he'd hit the answer.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know which one it is, but it's one of these. But I'm going to give your point, Ryan, to Chet. There you go. That's a first. I don't think we've ever done that. That is the correct answer.
We got some heaters in the comments tonight. I'm happy to see it.
Matt says she lost the power to see anything good in Scott.
There is a great one.
That might have taken the cake right there. Yes. Adam says the ability to identify a wedding ring. Oh, damn.
Yikes.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Chet.
Chet's like, hey guys, I haven't been here for a while. And just like,
let me absolutely derail this. There you
go. The ability to parallel park, Bobby. Which any of these, Michael, that you want to choose as your favorite?
I gotta say, Adam makes stuff up and Impress. Like, wow, those were perfect. But I got to give it to Impress because he had it first.
Quick fingers.
Yes. Yeah. If you want to win my heart, hate Scott.
There it is.
Or Doug. Like I'll take either.
Or Doug, man. You got to kick a man when his mutant power sucks and he's down.
Listen, I'm starting. Everybody already hates Scott. I got to get everybody on the hate Doug train.
No, that's not happening.
That's fair.
All right. My first question.
Everybody hates Scott. That's okay.
My first question is: what was so awkward about Betsy and Doug returning to the real world after defeating Spiral? What was so awkward in that moment when they returned? Betsy and Doug returned to the real world after defeating Spiral.
I think you're reading the questions from a previous.
Oh, did I read? You're right. I did.
You got to scroll down to the X Factor questions.
That sounds familiar. Yeah,
that was right. Not the question.
Hold on, that was the Mutants Annual too.
Redo.
Sorry. Aside from Apocalypse, here we go. Aside from Apocalypse, name one of
his questions
other characters. Yeah. Aside from Apocalypse, name one of the other characters in the Alliance of Evil. There were 4 that we
that classic villain team, the
Just
Alliance
name
of
one.
Evil.
They're very well known, very popular. There it is. Impress. Thank you.
Yes. I would have been able to name 2, but I would not have been able to name all 4 of these.
Oh, no, definitely not. Yeah. All right. This time, Magic Lasso with the quick fingers. Yes, yep. Tower is one of them. That's correct. And Matt also is correct with Tower. You could have went with Tower, Frenzy, Stinger, or Time Shadow.
Which everybody knows Time Shadow. He's
he's
the coolest.
Yes, definitely the coolest. And we got Rod the Rican in the house. What is going on, Rod?
What's up, Rob?
Good to see you, bro. So
Scott
remember,
count.
Bobby says Cyclops. Candace says the Scott count. He could be as the
goodness gracious.
It's very small.
The chat.
Ted Cruz and Bobby says
John Bonet.
John Bonet.
Or John Bonet.
Terrible.
Wow.
Anything here, Michael?
I'm gonna go with Candace.
All right, Candace.
Punching Scott Summers while he's down.
Yes, there you go. All right, John, what's your
you can take it.
Next question.
I used 2 words to describe Angel's professional attire in this new job at X Factor. What were the 2 words I used to describe Warren Worthington's professional attire at work?
That's a layup.
I mean, try to like throw some lobs out there, see what happens. Because I don't think anyone listened well enough to notice. But that's fine. We have Rich Snob. I mean, that's
yeah.
Tighty whiteys. That's just telling me what he was wearing. Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Thanks,
although they
Rob,
weren't always
brother.
white. I think they were definitely multicolored. He had a lot of color. shirtless pocketbook. All right. I mean, he does lack shirts, kind of the same way Cannonball does.
Yeah.
Summer casual. You're not far off, Bobby. So I'll give you a point for that one. You got half of it right. Pick me process. So you can accept any of those comedy answers you want. There it is. Candace with business casual. Business casual is how I described it.
Yes.
So I'll accept business to casual. Didn't I call it Justin like?
Yep.
A pick me princess. That's what he's saying. It was pick me princess.
I gotta say,
I've missed Chet's bad typing.
Yeah.
I was all but ready because sometimes I love the chat, but sometimes y'all miss. And I really wish Jackson Roy Kirk was here.
Yeah.
So because I had a plan that if I didn't actually laugh, I was going to give it to Jackson Roy Kirk. And because Jackson Roy Kirk is not here to give his answer, I have to give it to M. Prest again.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I've
been dropping the line, so
just for that, I'll give Jackson a point.
I'm giving it to M. Prest for that comment.
All right.
And I'll give one to Jackson.
We'll give one to
too.
Roy Kirk as well.
Nice.
Just because
just for the inspiration.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
All right. Let me make sure I read the correct question here for this next one. All right. Last question of the night. How many, Sove, you'll like this one. How many X Factor issues did it take before Cyclops told Jean the truth about his marriage? How many issues did it take before Cyclops?
I know the answer to this one.
It's important. This is major plot point here.
Empress, just so you know, I am trying to stall the timer, and I'm prepared here for you.
It's fair.
He did ask.
Let's see, we're getting
ask and you shall receive.
We're getting 13.
13.
We're getting 8. We're getting 6. I guess it's a little tricky to throw some funny
you know that moment in Old School when they have Vince Vaughn doing the parallel rings and he's like still holding. That's basically the answer to this question. Still holding. Still waiting. Still waiting.
I like Candace.
Adams is 42.
Ooh, we retired that number.
There it is.
16,
Bobby.
of course. Nice.
Boggy. Ryan says 4. Impress says 5. Not seeing any correct answers. I saw one close answer, but really not exactly what I was looking for.
Yep.
And then it's tough to give this as a funny answer.
Yeah. I mean, there's some funny ones. Candace definitely hit a home run.
Yeah. As far as funny answers, I'm giving it to Candace. Candace.
All right. Yes, Candace.
Wait, for what
She's absolutely right.
You got to go up. That one. Yeah, one was too many.
One was too many.
I'll say that if anything was the closest, I would have guessed. But
there it is, Maddie.
Okay, we got him now. Now we got 2 correct answers. Yes, the answer is never or 0, which Roy Kirk came in and he's here and he answered 0, which is also correct. So those are 2 correct answers. Matt saying never. Scott never tells the truth. That is true. He does not. She finds out on her own through her friends, through the other team members. So 0 is the correct answer, or never is the correct answer. So you guys nailed that. Kind of a trick question. I know. Kind of trick. It's it's the last episode. Less finale show. Exactly. Roy Kirk came in just on time. That's right. Appreciate you, my friend. All right.
I gotta stall.
We don't really have.
Is Empress still here? I I mean, I got things to do. We could talk about.
You can crack it as we are wrapping out because I need to get to bed. So unfortunately, you are not going to break this record, Michael. I do want to say again, a reminder: it is the giveaway next week over on John's channel. There's going to be a big party. Make sure you have the password. Make sure you get online because we're going to have a bouncer in order to, the Omni X-Men party. But yeah, you can win that artwork from the Fraim brothers. You can even win it with blue tape on the back. It'll be part of the gift. So be ready for that. I might even throw in a roll. I might throw a roll in. Who knows? Be ready. Make sure you're subbed up to John.
The comic supplies every man needs.
I want to thank Sove, Michael, for doing this every year with us and for being the closer to the season.
And the good news is next season ends with Annual 11, so we can just roll this shit on.
You're gonna keep getting some great epic annuals, my friend. Hopefully, Spiral's in that one too. I'm just saying.
I'm like Greg, but by choice. Greg gets stuck with a book. I choose the bad book.
Yeah, I love how Greg's always like, "Wait, we get to choose."
Other guys get options. You get options.
Yeah. No, Greg,
man.
No, really though, Michael, always a pleasure hanging with you. You're a great friend and a great person in this community, and it really is a pleasure always hanging out. And I'm looking forward to this summer. I know we'll be getting together.
Yes.
But appreciate you being on here. And again, anybody that hasn't followed Sove, link is in the description. Hit him up over there. And
thank you, folks.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
No, thank you, guys. I just 2 seconds to give you your flowers. You guys are awesome. Every year I look forward to this. I anticipate this. I enjoy this like people enjoy sports. Some people enjoy bad sports, or bad teams.
This guy. Boo.
But nonetheless, I do. I love comic books. I love the way you guys host this. I love the way the show is done. Like I've never been the biggest X-Men fan, and you guys have converted me. I love this.
Thanks, man.
I love this crew. I love everybody who shows up every week. Like X-Men is awesome because of you two and because of this crowd. So thank you. Thank you.
Dude, we appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I know we'll talk more on our kind of giveaway, but 6 years flying by. It's or 6 seasons, pretty wild. So we appreciate everybody that's been with us through and through. And more to come. John has me contractually obligated to at least another 25 years. So I hope
something. Yeah, we keep adding seasons. Justin's like, what if we go back and do more New Mutants?
Yeah, we got to do more New Mutants. We can now. Yeah.
What about Alpha Flight and Excalibur?
Oh, he's on. I am getting interested in some Excalibur. We'll talk about that, but that might have to be woven in at some point because I need to know more about this Meg character. Anyways, all right, we're gonna wrap up. He's here. There he is. There it is. Boom.
Success.
He did it.
1 in 500, folks. 1 in 500.
Woo! What
look at that.
Is that? What cover is that? I can't even tell.
It's Marvel Legacy, the 1 in 500 color variant. I also have the 1 in 1000.
Is it Doctor Strange on there? I can't even tell.
Yeah, it's Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider.
Sick. Okay.
Thor, Black Panther.
Wraparound. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Starbrand and Iron Fist.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yep.
Very nice. There you go. The people in the chat were pumped for that. So there you go.
Nice.
Bobby says, "Who is the bouncer?" I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. John's bouncer for the party next week. All right, gang. We're gonna wrap up, but appreciate everybody. We'll be back on John's channel. Be ready. We are gonna ask some questions, so I hope you guys wrote some notes down. We'll got one last chance, and we'll do some giveaways in the chat too. A little something for everybody. But appreciate everybody. Smash that like button on the way out. Till next time, we'll talk to you later. Peace.
See you next year.